Hello all and welcome back this December. And yes, it's now the month of Yuletide and Christmas celebrations. And I'm sure a lot of people now have their decorations up, whether it be Yule decorations or Christmas decorations, or as in my house, I have both. Yule and Christmas decorations up. And we're all busy doing our Christmas cards and getting our presents for family members and loved ones and friends even. And we're all busy wrapped up, running around like chickens with our heads cut off. Some of us trying to work and shop or whatever you're doing. And we seem to forget, well, some of us do, I think, because we're so busy in our lifestyle and society, etc., that we seem to forget about the forgotten this December. And, you know, Yuletide and Christmas isn't about what you get. It's about family and helping other people, you know, so helping others. And we seem to forget about people, you know, because we're so wrapped up in ourselves that we forget others. Well, some do anyway. And I just wanted to take this time, this season of merriment and light, you know, may we remember the ones who sit in the quiet shadows, them, the forgotten, the unseen. And, you know, for those people, say, who have lost their jobs and feel the weight of worry on their shoulders. And I know somebody who that has happened to. And yeah, it's just absolutely left them, how can I say, soul destroyed is a good word for that, unfortunately. And there's many people that have lost their jobs this time of the year, especially is the most hardest coming up to Christmas and Yule. There's also people who are homeless and carrying their hope in small, fragile pockets, sleeping out in the cold and rainy nights, trying to find some shelter somewhere, maybe a doorway or, you know, around a fire with some other people. Or they may be sofa surfing because they've got nowhere else to go, or sleeping in their car. You know, there's people like that. Some people lose everything. People who break up this time of year it can be very hard on people like that as well, especially if you've got children. And, you know, people that are homeless, it doesn't hurt to not necessarily give them money, because also you do have people that are begging that aren't genuine as well. We have them, unfortunately. But people, you know, who would just like a hot cup of coffee or tea, or maybe something warm to eat, or a sandwich, or a blanket, or a sleeping bag, or a little tent, you know, something like that would help them out. And also for those children who, you know, stockings may be empty this year and maybe next year because their parents don't have enough money. Yet those hearts are filled with wishes. They barely dare to speak, and their little eyes twinkle if they're out looking in the shops at toys they can't have, and all the pretty lights and all the merriment, yet they go home to nothing. Or children that parents are not nice to them as well. You've got that too, which is awful. And you also have, you also have grieving, the grieving empty chair at the table, whether the loss is fresh or carried for years, people that have lost somebody dear to them. That can have a great impact this time of the year and be full of loneliness and despair. And I have actually lost my mum in 2021, and that was the worst ever. And my mother-in-law lost her husband a couple of years ago, and that was awful as well. But it happens to us all. But just take a little bit of time for people like that, as well this time of the year that are struggling. And also people, who can feel alone in a room full of people, or can feel alone in their relationship, or people who hide their struggles behind tired smiles. They might smile at you, but you don't know what's going on, you know what I mean, so sort of thing. And those who struggle with addictions and mental illness this time of the year, that can be difficult for them as well. And for all those souls whom are lost, lonely and struggling in this world, it can be a beautiful world, yet it can also be ugly. Like everything, there is a light and a dark, a yin and a yang. And, that's how things are. But we can all help a little bit in our own way. Even if it's just something like you see an old lady, you might want to just give her, if she wants to talk, some of them do, just give them a couple of minutes of your time listening. You might be sitting down and maybe they'll sit next to you or something and we'll start talking. I've had that done to me. And I give the elderly time. If I'm sitting somewhere, someone comes and chats, I'll say hello to them if they pass by. And sometimes that's just enough for them to come and talk to you, And also giving your time is very precious and a lovely thing to give to somebody. So what I want to say is, for all those souls who are lost and lonely in this world, may they feel a spark of warmth this winter. A hand reaching out, a kind word, a moment of peace. May the longest night bring a gentle rest, and may the returning light find every forgotten heart and remind them that they still matter. For in this dark month, even the smallest flame is enough to guide someone home, and we send our flame to them now. Thank you to all those who also have helped them in need. And you have people that have run away from home. May this light guide them back. And if they don't want to go back, if you hear this, just make a call back home. Just let someone know that you're okay and you're safe. That it can mean a lot to somebody, especially if they're worrying. There's so many good things you can do. And like I say, we're so wrapped up in society and ourselves that we forget about others. Times have changed a lot. When I grew up in the 70s, people were much more neighbourly and would look out for one another. But today, people are so wrapped up in themselves, they don't really look after or look. Some people do, I'm not saying all, but there are people that just... Society has changed so much. We've turned into a more uncaring society is what I'm trying to say. And it's very sad. Anyway, I hope you liked my little chat. Just a reminder about those who are forgotten this December, and hopefully it might just make you reflect and maybe think about other people, and just a small little thing can mean so much to somebody. So anyway, thank you very much for listening, and please like and subscribe to help my channel grow. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, it just lets you know when I post something new here. So love and light to you all, bright blessings, and I hope you have a lovely December, and see you soon. Bye for now.